One thing I will say, the trailer for this movie did not do it any favors, unfortunately. Just wait, I'll tell you why. Hi, everyone. I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. It's me. Hello. Movies and TV on this show, it's what we do here. And today we're talking about a little movie that is not doing well at the box office, and I'm going to tell you why that's not a good thing. And that movie is called Dream Horse. Dream Horse, which is directed by by Euros Lyn. Euros, I think that's the person's name. Euros Lyn. This is his first film, a feature film, like the actual feature film. He's known for working in British television. And this is based on a true story. It stars Toni, Collette, and Owen Teague, who are both phenomenal in it. So what's it about? It's set in a small little Welsh village. Like a pub on every corner, kind of cobbled streets. It's in the early 21st century, like the early 2000s. And it stars Toni Collette as Jan. She lives with her husband, nicknamed Daisy, and they live in this little village. And it's a village that's kind of fallen on hard times, to say the least. Everyone is kind of just scraping to get by. Jan works as a clerk at a grocery store, and in the beginning they have a great montage of children just kind of going through the motions. Life has lost its excitement, and she gets a bright idea one day when she happens to be at the pub, which is the other job she seems to work in as a bartender. She runs into Damian Lewis, and he is this, hotshot horse trainer, former horse trainer who lost it all, and she gets a bright idea. She's going to breed a racehorse, and that the result of that, what they have is like a mare. Find a mare and a stud to mate, and then have a little baby horse. And the result of that is they find a beautiful horse. She gives birth. Unfortunately, she dies, but not before giving birth to a scrappy little horse that they decide to name Dream Alliance, or Dream for short. And the reason they give in the movie is that they're all pitching in to raise it and to breed it. It's like this little tight-knit community of people, and they're pitching in little things to, like a tenner. They said in their parlance, it's a tenner a week for 2 years, and get this thing up to snuff. And basically, what they're going to do is train it to be a racehorse, and along the way, they bond, and the community pride is brought, and the scrappy little horse known as Dream Alliance becomes a star. And the reason they call it, and so the idea is that it's their dream and they're in it together, so it's like an alliance would be, so Dream Alliance. And believe it or not, he becomes a scrappy underdog in the horse racing scene. Look, from what I described to you, you're going to be like, oh, Grant, this is really cliche. You'd say that. However, though the end game of this film, you can predict. This is one of the movies where the destination is so much more meaningful than, or rather, the journey is much more meaningful than the destination. Sorry, reversed. Because the way it's put together is, it's so specific about the quirks of these specific people in this small town and their bond. And it's really less about the horse racing stuff as it is the bond that this horse has formed, between itself and these people, and the bond they form from another. This is a wholesome film, but at the same time, it has some edge to it. It has some, wry English sort of slang and humor to it. It's not completely, but it's a perfect family film. Charming, full of heart, and the best thing about it, honestly, is the performances, particularly by Toni Collette and Owen Teague, who plays her husband. These two are wonderful together. They have a very believable chemistry, and you really bond with them. The horse actor they got to play, Dream Alliance, is not only a beautiful animal, but a really good animal performer, and you really see the bond. It's a subtle thing, and you can tell this is not a Hollywood production. This film premiered last year at Sundance, and you can tell that this is more specific European work. It's getting a wide release, but it's not a standard Hollywood thing. It's dressed down. The characters look believably like they would in that community. It doesn't look glossed up or Hollywoodized. And moments that on paper, there's only a few moments that would be on paper kind of Hollywood, but the thing is, they earn the goodwill to have those moments so powerfully when they get there. But the most beautiful thing about this is that the moments where they have to let things happen with no words, they don't hold your hand. It's really subtle. It lets Toni Collette, the terrific actor that she is, and Owen Teague, the terrific actor that he is, just be in the moment. How wonderful is that? You never see a movie that is like a family film that has that anymore. You just don't. It's either all stimulation or it's all cliched, touch me, feel me, huggy time, crud like girl who believes in Jesus or. This is a really good film. This is a really wonderful film, and like Finding You is an interesting comparison. I like this considerably more, but it also has some of the small town charm I liked in that movie. That movie was more predictable and more trying to tug at the heartstrings, but you did like the people, so it didn't matter. This movie has a genuinely good script. It's funny. The characters have a lot of heart to them. You really care about Jan and her husband Daisy. You really care about the people in this community. All the way down to the young guy who I mentioned looked a little bit like a side, like one of the people Coach trained in The Gentleman, you know, like Colin Farrell. But he's good and he's part of the team. The little old lady who always comes in her dress and is, you know, really excited to see him. You got like the little dude who a running motif with him is that every time they go to a race he wears like horseshoe designed socks and it becomes a cute little running gag. You have people like the old drunk guy who's always the life of the party at karaoke, and it's just a wild beast of a dude. Look, I love this movie. Dream Horse is one of the very best films of the year, and I know I feel like that's going out of style so far, but my god, this has been a good year. This has been a really freaking good year. I didn't know what to tell you guys. Unlike Girl Who Believes in Miracles or Girl Who Believes in Thin White Rock Jesus Orb, this is a movie you can take everybody to. You could take your 3-year-old to this, and you could take your 103-year-old grandma to this, and everybody would love it. I can't imagine anyone going into this with the right frame of mind about the feel-good kind of movie it is, not having a big grin on their face. I went in with some cynicism, and this is where I get to the evidence. The trailer for this movie is not very good. The trailer, I've seen it a bunch. I thought it was cute enough, but it was kind of made it seem more Hollywood than it is. Don't look at the trailer for seeing the movie. This movie is doing pitifully financially. The critics are liking it, but it opened at 9 at the box office. The take so far domestically in its first weekend is like barely, not way under. It's like something like $850,000 or under. Come on, really? For this one? Okay, yeah, makes sense. It reminded me so much of really great small-town village comedies, and it's very funny. Dramedies like Waking Ned Divine, or The Full Monty, you know, something that, or more recently, the terrific Blinded by the Light, the real underrated Springsteen kind of themed English film. Look, this movie is wonderful. I love this movie. I loved Dream Horse. Go see Dream Horse. It's so good. Take your mom, take your dad, take your kids, take your grandchildren, take everyone you can to see this movie. Support it. Movies like this need support. It tells. I'm gonna go on a pulpit for a second. Movies like this tell distributors we want to see more than usual. We want to see movies with heart and sentimentality that aren't groaningly cliched. I love this movie, and I'm giving it. Yes, I'm going to give this movie Dream Horse 5 big stars. 5 stars plus. I love Dream Horse. This is one of the very best films of the year. This is up there with the very best of them. Toni Collette is fantastic, and Owen Teague are both, I think they're both, honestly, Oscar-worthy. They're both so good in this movie. There's a speech that Owen Teague has, and a separate speech that Toni Collette has, that are really moving and powerful at a low point in this. Go see this movie. It's so beautifully shot by and directed by Slynn. Please go see it. It's called Dream Horse, and it's directed again by Slynn. I can't wait to see what he does next. I really love this flick. Oh, okay. Well, we'll get there. All right. So 5 out of 5 stars for Dream Horse. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. Talk about some trailer trash. Not a lot to say on this one. There's some new ones though. Peter Rabbit 2: The Runaway. Weirdly enough, I liked the first Peter Rabbit. I went in with very low expectations. I walked into that one like, oh man, I hate this movie. And I kind of found myself loving that one. So I am looking forward to the second one. In the Heights, got my ticket. Opening day. I'm going on June 12th. I'm really excited. Can't wait to see it in IMAX. I can't wait to see that one. Big fan of the musical. 12 Mighty Orphans. 12 Little Orphans, 1, 2, 3. I know, I've said this in 2 other movies. It's horsing around, but with like 9 other like little orphans, and they're football players, I guess. What's going on here? It looks okay. This looks like maybe the worst version of this kind of movie. Spirit Untamed. Again, I don't quite know why they're making a sequel to that movie Spirit. I not that it's a bad movie. It's just like, did that really hit in the way that they thought it? No. Cruella, I'm seeing it. Going to plan to see it this weekend. I'm really sick of the trailer. It's almost here. Now, this is the new one. This is actually a documentary. The Loneliest Whale. I had not heard of this one. This one looks really interesting. It's kind of a documentary about these people who are trying to find there's like this whale who's like a rare breed of whale, and they find it in deep in the Antarctic. Looks really interesting. Never going to come to Edwardsville, so I don't know if I'll ever see it theatrically, but I definitely want to check it out. Also, okay, so that's it for trailer trash. Was there shawarma? Yes, there was, and it was actually a pretty delightful shawarma. I don't want to say anything. There's along with the typical epilogue stuff, which is scattered throughout, there's also a really fun musical number with not only the cast, but the real people. And it's a very, very funny and it fits the tone of this movie's community-based idea really perfectly. Stick around for it, it's good. Was there anything after? No, not really. That's kind of early on in the credits. They have like the title, and then that starts, and then the credits start to roll. Good little thing. All right, that's going to be it for this. Later tonight, though, I will be back because apparently at Amazon, it already came out. So I'm going to do some stuff, watch American Dad, Black Lightning, Debris, and we're going to talk about Borat Supplemental Reportings. That's what it's called. Basically, the movie that's made up of the stuff they didn't show in the last Borat movie. So I'm looking forward to talking about that one. We are also, and I guess it's like a series of little pieces that come together to a larger whole. Looks fun, so I'm going to watch all that, and we'll talk about it. And then, also, I'm thinking about maybe, because we're going to talk about Attack of the Clones soon, I'm also thinking about doing all the Edgar Wright films I haven't done, so basically everything but Scott Pilgrim, before Sparks Brothers, and Last Night in Soho comes out, and one of them is going to be new to me. So the holy grail of Edgar Wright movies that I've not seen, it's the one thing he did, short, television series, whatever, I've never seen. I'm a completist. His first film, A Fistful of Fingers. I found it. I'm going to watch it for the first time tomorrow is the plan, and I want to review it. So that's going to be exciting, kind of early, pre-studio backing, low-budget Edgar Wright. That'll be fun. And then, like I said, next week we're going to talk about Rugrats, No Activity, the Kaminsky Method, Lucifer Season 5 Part 2. We're also going to talk about Cruella and A Quiet Place Part 2 as well. I might also check out that Pink documentary. I might check that out also. So whatever it may be, that'll all be next time. And until next time. Oh, and I almost forgot. We're going to talk about the Friends reunion also. We're going to talk about that for sure. We're not on a break. We're on a break. All right. We're going to watch that too. You can say I'm a fan. And then, so that'll be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, I'm happy to share it with you. All right. I love you all, I appreciate you all. I love you all, classes missed, I love you 3000, be kind to one another. And go see Dream Horse, it's really good. Give it the support you need. I've given you your mission should you choose to accept it. Go see this one. Alright. Thank you all. Take care. Bye. See you.